I never thought I'd reach the level that I have now.
His rise to the top of the sport doesn't look like it's about to stop. This year, Chris Froome joined the select club of three-time Tour de France winners. Now that record of 5 looks well within his reach. And inCycle caught up with the Team Sky rider on the eve of his second Grand Tour of the season.
I dream one day of maybe winning a stage of the Tour de France, but to actually win the whole thing, and obviously 3 times now, it's an incredibly special position to be in.
Froome's journey from a childhood in Kenya to the most dominant tour rider of his generation is well documented. Very much his own man, he told inCycle that he had no real heroes as reference points when he started out.
I think it was a very different time when I was growing up and looking at cycling. There weren't really the best role models to look at then. I got to a stage, obviously, following the Lance Armstrong era, guys like Ivan Basso, Lance Armstrong battling it out. I got to a stage where I actually stopped idolizing those kind of guys and basically just focused on doing things myself.
An obsessive focus on one race above all, the Tour. Unlike other great champions, he feels no pressure to turn to winning all 3 Grand Tours.
As far as the Tour de France goes, I think it's probably not the best preparation to be doing the Giro d'Italia just a month or so beforehand. I mean, things might change in the future, but for now, I think definitely my focus is going to be on the Tour, and obviously the best way to get into that, we've sort of found a system that works for us now, and I don't think I'm going to be making too many changes to that.
But the recent trend for GC riders to go from the Tour to the Vuelta sits well with Froome, and it's a race he feels he can add to his palmarès.
Well, I'd love to come to the Vuelta Spaniel one year. Absolutely focus for that and have a perfect build-up to the Vuelta. Vuelta's a race I really enjoy doing. I've come second twice now in it. It's certainly going to be a race that's going to be really hard for me to win if I am going to continue focusing on the Tour de France, but I'd love to give that a shot one day.
There has been one big change in Froome's life, the birth of his first child.
I think certainly there are more sacrifices now that I've got Kellen at home. It definitely has its own challenges, but I have to say, I mean, my wife is incredibly supportive, and she's doing all the night shifts, so I still get my sleep and I can still train the way I need to. But yeah, I mean, certainly life does become more challenging with a little one around.
And while a Tour contender's lifestyle may be at odds with being a regular dad, Froome says his son's arrival has given him an extra gear.
I'm missing so much of his growing up, and so it does become more of a sacrifice, but because of that it makes me want to work even harder. Now that I'm away, I'm going to make sure that really counts. But yeah, I mean, certainly for motivation, I think if anything, it's really spurred me on this year and given me something else to fight for.